Good afternoon, everyone. When we work from our imagination, we can put whatever we want in, whatever we like. We can put mountains, we can put a bit of a lake with reflection, we can put a beach in. So that's what I'm going to do. Nice big sky. I'm painting big skies at the moment because I'm putting some paintings in a forthcoming exhibition, joint exhibition at the Corner Gallery, if you know it, all through part of April into May, through May, with Fred Gillespie, Fiona Hooper, John Stillman, well-known local artists anyway, to me. So I took some paintings over with the big skies, the 70% skies. She liked them both, and a reserve. And if we sell, then we can take others over during the course of the exhibition, which will be very nice. So my paintings at the moment are going to be rather of large skies to give that overall, what should I say, appeal, but not appeal. The theme of the exhibition anyway. So I'll go down to about there. So we'll put in a bit of mountain. Go down here, a bit of reflection across here. Try and get your horizontals horizontal. Put on there, we can bit of a beach across here. Some rocks, usual. And from here we'll have some wintry trees just covering up there. I'll put two in there, but I don't want to make them both the same. And then over here we can come across with a bit of island there, and a smaller tree, shrubs, some rocks. Okay, that's about it. That's all the sort of design I do. I don't want to paint great vistas, and I don't want to paint lots of architectural subjects. As good as they may be, I try to keep things as simple as I can for myself and for you. And I think it's better to paint simple things, well, rather than complicated things that discourage us when we can't do it. So here we are. So that's my horizon. Usual palette: lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, paint grey, and burnt sienna. It's a bit moulded, that's yellow on the grey there. But I'll wet the paper all over. I've watered yesterday's water, so it's not spectacularly clean. And I'll just wet the paper. When you're using clips, make sure the clip doesn't get in the way of wetting the paper. Otherwise you'll have a drying area before the rest. My brush is probably dirty from yesterday as well. Never mind. Okay, that will do. Now, the skies at the moment are very, very beautiful grey. We've got some blue, and we've got some light in the sky. At the time is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon in London, South London. Temperature is about 4 degrees. It's gone from a very grey day, cold, sleety, to quite a nice afternoon with lovely skies with the clouds coming from the northeast. That's the weather forecast. So there we are. That'll do. Now we're mixing a bit of alizarin crimson. I'll keep that blue there, and a bit of Payne's grey with that ultramarine. So we get quite a good warmish bluish grey. And as we come to the horizon, our greys will be less distinct, and these will, to a large extent, disappear into the wet. So let's just get a bit of darker cloud. mixed in there, that'll do. Right, try to keep your clouds with the light either on the top or the bottom, don't mix it. I've seen a lot of reasonable amateur works ruined with the sky where they've got the light from the sun coming above the clouds and below it. Never seems to work. Right, now we'll get some of that blue in the background for the mountains. So we'll just, and someone asked me how I do the mist. Well, the mist is a bit of a mystery to me too, because it depends how much water's on the paper. And we'll bring this a bit warmer, so a bit of the alizarin. Changing the colour subtly here. Some nice sienna in this one. Catching a bit of light. Now when your brush splits, just wet it a bit and just bring it back together on the palette. Bit of raw sienna now, I think. God, this raw sienna has been on there so long. It's not a very saturated colour like the alizarin crimson, and the Payne's grey is pretty saturated. But we want to just put in some of that. Right, let's get straight. I'll just clip the paper, stretch it, so you don't need to shrink this paper. There, that's nice and flat. Right, okay. Now let's get some nice, thickish, blue trees on here. Forgot to go over that, didn't I, with my mountain, so I'll have to put that in. Right, I'll cover a lot of that up, which is just as well. You need really thick paint when you're going over the previous wash, otherwise it'll just bleed into nothing. So these are just my distant trees. Wetting the paper keeps everything soft. Just using those two colours, bluey, warm blue with the sienna. Make it look as if it's distant. The blues recede. There's our horizon. Nice and straight, almost. Okay, so let's just drag this down here. You can always wet the paper afterwards when it's dry. Now I'm going to just put in those colours from the distant hills. more blue in there. The paper's got a little bit dry for this now. Just warm that up a little bit. Right, now I want a good bank along there, so I'm going to darken just my usual two colours, ultramarine and burnt sienna. You don't have to do that, you can use your own colours. Just trying to straighten this up a little. Oops. I'm going downhill there. Doing this one with curry is preparing. Like cooking curries, I know it's nothing to do with painting, but something to do while you're waiting for the thing to cook. Freddie hasn't come up, he was asleep when I left him. If you don't know, Freddie's the kitchen. Okay, right, now I'm going to put it in the beach. Bit of raw sienna. Nice warm colours in here. Reds, burnt sienna. Bit of reflection coming there. And a bit of blue. Rich dark colours in here, so I can use my card just to scrape out some bits and pieces. I was going to put some on the other side, wasn't I? Right, now we can just flick out some bits of interest here. Might turn some of these into yachts, give some scale. Okay, just a little bit of stuff, some rocks, and just a little bit of texturing on the far bank here. Just a little bit of interest. It goes down. Okay, now we can do just some little bits of scraping here. Not a lot, just some bits and pieces. Okay, that'll just about register. I want to do the same on the other side, a bit higher up, I think. Is that there? Probably just a little bit bluey. Doesn't really matter, does it? It's just. But I want this subordinate to the other side. I don't want any clash. Don't want to picture it in two halves. Just some bits and pieces of these rocks. That'll do. Okay, now we're going to put in the put in some trees here. It's a sort of a Lake District scene, but it is and it isn't. It doesn't exist. Oh, mix a bit of Payne's grey with that. Right, so we'll just put some. I had none of these for a long time. going up quite high with it. Try and keep it clean rather than muddy. I'm going to do some work with the rigger on that in a minute. But my hake is just splitting a little bit. Let's just get that there, like that, good thick. Just touching the high spots here. Okay, coming on. It's a long time since I did a Mitcham Common painting. There aren't any mountains on Mitcham Common. I'll just pick up some. That one needs to be just a little bit thicker there. Then we can just, a bit of a card, just scrape some texture out of that. Yeah, always, this card, little piece of card really does lend so much to your painting, or my painting, I think. Nobody's complained about it. It's too techniquey, too slick. I like slick anyway. Right, I don't like that. Well, I'll do that with the rigger. That's gone a little bit awry there. Right, now we want some good winter leaves. So this cloth is still damp from yesterday. I'm breaking up the bristles on my hake and then just dubbing them into the Payne's Grey and the burnt sienna. Just another way of doing twigs at the end of the trunks. Some leaves left over from autumn. So a bit of sienna in there as well. Burnt sienna, raw sienna there. So I'll rigger that. Okay. Clean the brush. Get the rigger. Same colour. Ultramarine and burnt sienna. This is where I went wrong. Let's just put a few more twigs and branches. Try to make these look spontaneous. Hold the rigger at the end so you can't fiddle. Okay, right, let's put in some boats, I think. A bit of tissue. And I use a little 1/2-inch brush for lifting out the paint. So we'll put one in here, I think. Just a clip. Get a little bit bumpy. Oops. Right. They need to be big enough to show. They give a bit of scale to the whole thing. I'm going to take a bit out there. Right, nothing too fussy. Okay, that'll do. I'll check on my curry now. Right, put our signature. Couple of points. Make sure you haven't got anything on your little finger. Okay, crows. Right, I'll put that in its blue mount and we'll see what that looks like. Okay. Oops, that needs to come over a bit, doesn't it? To there, a little bit. That's better. Okay, so boats on a lake, yachts on a lake, Lake District. I'll think of a title. But that will do. A very simple demonstration of making something up. No reference material, just paint away. Have fun. Put all the things you can do, like the trees. That tree there, the branch should be a little bit thicker than that. I'll just strengthen it up. Because otherwise, don't really any complaints. Okay, that will do. That's it for today. Haven't done an awful lot today, but over the gallery. Right, okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll bring you round and then you can have a look at it, and then we'll just zoom in on it. Go around the picture, there's my boy. Just simple. That yacht doesn't quite work, does it? That reflection is not quite. Which one am I talking of? That one. Let's just take that out to there. That's a bit better. Right, well there's quite a lot going on, although there isn't. I haven't done very much other than just lift out some of the paint with the corner of the piece of card and put in some little scrapings here for the rocks. But I'm not displeased with that. For a quickie, thank you for watching. Let's go around the painting a bit. Look, a bit messy there. Nice, good, substantial tree there. There's my beach. I didn't labour it. I could have put more in, but why? Why clutter? I like simple statements. Things that I can do and things that you can do. Just have a go. See you soon. Bye bye.